Welcome, everybody. My name is David T. Rosen, founder, creator of Co-op Income and several other great systems. And as you can tell, Co-op is basically brand new. Co-op Income is basically brand new, but we've been around for 24 years. And some of those testimonies were from some of our earlier systems, just to give you an idea of how great our systems have been over the course of the last 24 years. Folks, we've been doing this now for 24 years. The very first system that we started 24 years ago is still generating an income for people right now, right this very second today. So as you're watching this overview, many of you might be wondering, okay, well, everything sounds great, but how long is it going to last? Well, like I just said, 24 years, still going strong. 24 years from now, we will still be helping people live a better life. And that's what it's all about. I want to mention something else. This is an overview call, so I'm going to stick to the point, hopefully. We aren't doing a Q&A on this particular call, on this particular webinar. We had a great Q&A on Saturday, Sunday. I think it was Sunday. It was fantastic. If you get a chance, watch the replay of that. A ton of questions were asked on that webinar, and people really got a great understanding of what it is that we do. I also want to let you know that at the end of this webinar, so stick around, I have something very, very special for all of you. It is getting close to Christmas. I happen to have an early Christmas gift for you. So stick around to that. Many of you have also seen, some of my promos that I've been doing for my own personal sites. And I can't tell you how wonderful it feels to be helping so many people. In one day, we helped over 1,000 people. So far, of the 10,000 people that I will help before the end of this year and pay their start, we're just over 3,000, or I'm just over 3,000 paying it forward or passing the giving for 3,000 people so far. I feel really blessed to be able to do it. And as we, on, I don't know what day it was, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, I don't know. It's all one big day right now. We're having such a wonderful time putting everything together. But on that single day, where there was over 1,000 people that came in, many of them were from the Caribbean and many of them were from Jamaica. And, the help that we've already provided to many members that were impacted by the hurricane. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. When a natural disaster happens, if we like to help. And fortunately, in this particular case, I was able to help. And they're seeing such an impact already, and it's less than a week. And many people are seeing an impact already. They've been able to make withdrawals, buy, provisions and stuff like that. So it's just a wonderful thing that's happening right now. Many people always say, David, why are you still working so hard? Well, it's mostly because I remember what it was like when I didn't have enough money to feed my daughter, even to get her just a meal. And that's why I keep working. That's why I keep improving the systems. We've done so many great systems that I could have retired a long time ago, but I knew that we could do better. What we have now is as good as it is going to get. And after this webinar, if you're not already registered, I truly believe that you will join us. So with that being said, once again, my name is David T. Rosen. So happy to be here. Founder and creator of Co-op Income. It is now time to get busy with it. So let me share my screen. And as always, we are going to start with the Daily Dose of Good. And this particular quote, I don't even know whether it's a quote. It's a statement that I came up with several years ago, but it's such a powerful statement. Global perfection will be achieved when there is no longer a need for charity. For most people that are even on this line right now, and for most people around the world, to have someone, I'm not a 100 billionaire or anything like that, but I do think of ways that we can help other people. And when I create a system, when I put together a system, I don't just think of myself. If it's good for me, then it's going to be good for hundreds of thousands of other people, me and hundreds of millions of other people around the world. So that statement that you're looking at right now, it's not wishful thinking. The systems that we have at this very moment, not some distant future, the systems that we have at this very moment can affect the globe on a massive, massive scale. So with that being said, let's talk about co-op income. And just before I do, the co-op platforms are not investments. It's very important to understand that we are not an investment. We don't take your money and reinvest it so that we can give you more. It is not an investment. We are not a job. We are definitely never an MLM. And your participation in co-op is voluntary. And your results, of course, will vary. You're going to see some things that are going to come on the screen that are going to literally blow your mind, and they are achievable, but we are all individuals. So everybody's results will vary, and income is earned. Now, check it out, right? For the last 150 years, our income has been earned by getting a job. And when we didn't have a job, then the government, they gave us handouts until we got a job again. Well, those days are over. So today we are in the cooperative age. And in the cooperative age, we don't rely on big business. We don't rely on the governments. We rely on each other through cooperation and activity. The things that we do helps all of us. And most importantly, this is not speculation. We've been doing this now for 24 years, and all of our systems have done exactly as we said they were going to do for the last 24 years, and it will continue like that for another 24 years and another 24 years after that. And there's no recruitment here. You see, we share something wonderful with other people to help turn their giving into their receiving. And nobody does it better than we do. Welcome to Co-op Income, your fastest way to wealth. Now, you see, Co-op Income is a next level cooperative crowdfunding system. We call it crowdfunding 2. And it will allow you access to money so that you can pay your monthly expenses, eliminate debt, and most importantly, do what most people never really get the chance to do, and that is fund your best life. Now, cooperative crowdfunding, I probably should have, let's take a look at this slide, and let's take a look at this slide, and then I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to move this up because it's so important. See, we've all heard of crowdfunding. Crowdfunding started in 2001. I was the one who created the world's first online crowdfunding system. As a matter of fact, you're going to see a little mini docu video coming out pretty soon, showing some historical proof. I've got all of these historical artifacts of the things that I created from way back when. So I created the world's first crowdfunding system back in 2001. And I remember telling my lawyers that it was going to change the world and it was going to completely upend the financial industry. Well, it has. Crowdfunding is now used for everything from funding a presidential campaign, funding a natural disaster for a whole country, to funding someone who just wants a case of beer. We have had people who have actually ran campaigns for a case of beer. We've been doing this now for 24 years. There is nobody, in my humble, unbiased opinion, that does crowdfunding better than we do. 24 years, we're in 177 countries right now. And during the course of those 24 years, over 9,000 days, we have never missed a payday. And now, right now, we have cooperative crowdfunding. You see, cooperative crowdfunding is way different than the crowdfunding that you're used to. And it makes money, the acquirement of money, easier and more accessible for virtually every single person on this planet who wants to cooperate in an effective manner with their friends. You are going to find that cooperative crowdfunding is going to do some incredible things. And not just for yourself, but for the people that you care most about, for the causes that you care most about. And speaking about causes, I'm just looking at the screen right now. You heard the daily dose of good. Well, folks, it's not just words. You see, this is way bigger than you and I. This is monstrous. This is Co-op Rising. And we, us, me and you, we are going to end global poverty for 1 billion people by the end of this decade. That, folks, is a monster mission. But you see, I don't do things in a small way. Many of my friends, they say, David, why do you think so big? So my answer to them is this: why do you think so small? You see, like I said, with thoughtful thinking, thoughtful process, thoughtful systems, we can accomplish anything. And you heard me say that we are not MLM. We are not MLM. You see, we do things way differently than MLM. We are Q, Cooperative Universal Income. And you see, Q is legally recognized as self-employment. And you're going to find that through the rest of this presentation, that the rest of the world, if they want to keep up, they're going to have to adopt Q into the way that they do things, because, well, Q is your 21st century income. This is not a part-time gig. This is not a part-time thing. This is not going to give you part-time money. If you participate in your own recovery, this here will be your 21st century income. It will allow you to live differently. It will allow you to wake up all of your dreams. You remember back in when we were teenagers or just coming into our just like 10 years old? Do you remember you had dreams? You thought that maybe you could change the world. Maybe you could have an impact. Maybe you could do something that would make you happy. And then life got in the way. Expenses got in the way. Kids got in the way. A job got in the way. You see, most of you are too busy working to make any money. Q is going to allow you to change that. And you see that bottom line there? It says you are the boss, and you decide the size of your dreams. We already talked about this one. Now, you see, this entire presentation could be on one slide, but I want to make sure that we deliver everything to you so that you can make an educated decision, including the 3 most common questions. And these are the questions that I get, and these are the questions that you will get. And number 1 is co-op income legal? Well, the answer to that question is yes, co-op income is legal, and it is legally recognized as self-employment through cooperative crowdfunding. It is not an investment, it's not a job, and it is definitely not MLM. You see, in MLM, you have to keep doing the same things over and over again. Repeat, look back, repeat, look back, repeat, look back. You know, it's almost like having a job. You see, in co-op, by completing 3 simple doable steps one time, you can then sit back and watch your income grow, or you can do some more. But you only have to complete those 3 simple doable steps one time and maintain your position. And everybody asks this question. It's almost like this is one of those default questions that people ask, hoping that you don't have an answer so they can gently tell you no or forcefully tell you no. Well, what if somebody quits? Well, we already know someone's going to quit, right? This is not a perfect world. So think about it like this. When you had your first bike, you probably got a flat tire. Throwing your bike around, going over stones, going over things you probably shouldn't go over, and you probably got a flat tire. Well, you didn't chuck the bike. You didn't give up and never get back on that bike again. You got another wheel. So in this particular case, well, invite one more person, right? We already know that not everybody is going to see the things that we see. We already know that when we invite people, they are going to have enthusiasm and their eyes are going to be wide open and they're going to say yes. But then again, life gets in the way. They are too busy working to actually make any money. And maybe they have doubts. So if somebody says, well, this is not for me, give them a big hug and say, I'll talk to you again in a month, right? Because They'll be back. Just get one more. Now, let me tell you how it works. This is going to blow your mind, right? This is going to blow your mind. Number one, you see, when I talk to people, one of the first things that they say, well, how do I get paid? When do I get paid? Is my money tied up, right? Well, you get paid every single day. You see, if you go to work and you cooperate with a few friends, well, your income should grow. And as it grows, you have access to your money every single day. You have, let's say that you received or earned $100 today. Well, you can take that $100 out tomorrow. Let's say you received or earned $100,000 today. Well, you can withdraw that $100,000 today. Tomorrow, sorry. What you earned today, you can withdraw tomorrow. It is your money. Now, let me be clear on one thing. We have what's called a smart reserve. You see, I don't know about you, but I have a propensity to change my credit cards often. I have a propensity of forgetting things. If my bill collectors didn't remind me that I needed to pay my bills, I might forget, right? So we forget things. So if things can happen automatically, it means that things are better because we don't have to remember. You see, we've got a smart reserve because we've got Co-op Wallet, which is our wallet. Because we have Co-op Wallet, your funds go into Co-op Wallet. And when your funds go into Co-op Wallet, it means that you can withdraw them every day. You can leave them in there, but it also means that we can renew you out of the Co-op Wallet if you've gotten busy with it instead of out of your pocket. It means that as you go to the higher levels, you're going to find there's 6 levels. As you go to the higher levels, well, instead of having to take it out of your pocket, well, it can come out of your wallet. So you see, in co-op, using Q and using cooperative crowdfunding, you really do have the opportunity to do the work once and then sit back and live your life. So you have access to your money every single day. The smart reserve is held so that we can renew you on those levels, but it's your money. If you want to turn it off and risk that you're going to refund your wallet, go ahead, because it is your money. But most people do the smart thing and leave it on. So 3 steps. You heard me say that. 3 steps. Step 1, it shouldn't even be a step. You got to become a member. You can become a Co-op Income member for as little as $5. Now, having said that, we have 6 cooperatives. The sweet spot is the first 4 levels, the I-5, I-20, I-50, I-100. You'll see why in a moment. It's $175. It is the sweet spot, and it gets you to your goals way faster. And you'll come to learn that as you learn more and more about Co-op Income. Now, we've got step 2. Step 2 is to build, right? You see, if you open a restaurant, well, you need to build it. If you start any business, you need to build it. This is no different. This is building through cooperation, and you want to invite 3 or more people to join you in building not just your income, not just your future, but that of your team as well. So invite 3 or more to become Co-op Income members, also for as little as $5. Again, the sweet spot is $175. And then the third step is to bond, right? You see, we only have to do 3 steps, and we only have to do them one time if we do them right. So you're not going to have to bond with 100 people or 1,000 people unless you want to. So because 3 or more set you free, you want to let that person know. You see, we've been doing this for 24 years. You heard on the testimonies that were earlier, some of these same teammates that are with me right now, they've been with me for 24 years. You see, we became, we built, and we bonded. That's why we're still together. So you want to bond by helping to ensure that the people that you invite, they do the exact same thing as you. So become, build, bond. Listen, those 3 steps you could literally do in 15 minutes. But, you don't have to do it in 15 minutes. It's not a race. You go at your pace. Just read that. I'm not even going to say anything. Just read that. Now, when was the last time, if ever, that you applied for a job? You wanted to do anything. You found an opportunity. And you only had to do the steps one time. You see, no more going to school for 18 years, no more 40-hour work weeks, no more 40 years. You see, complete these 3 simple doable steps, perhaps only one time, and then you have done your part. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get any better than this. And here's the thing. We got 3 steps, but we have 9 ways that you can receive an income. By personally inviting people, you receive an income. And by the way, when you invite somebody, the people that are above you, well, they're going to benefit from what you do. You can also, the people that you invited, when they invite somebody, well, you're going to be benefited as well. And you can get help from the people that are above you. You can get help from the people that are below you. You get renewals. Check it out now. Check it out now. You see, renewals is the key, right? You see, if you only paid into something one time, well, you could only get paid one time. Now, let me ask you this, because some people say, well, I don't need another subscription. Well, this subscription you actually do need, because this subscription actually pays you if you do it. You see, your bills come every month. Your car note comes every month until it's paid. Your phone bill, if you want to call your girlfriend, you got to have a phone. You want to communicate with your friends? Well, you got to have the internet. So you see, all of our bills come at a regular pace. You want your income to come at a regular pace. That's why there are renewals. Now, and just like other crowdfunding system, every other crowdfunding system, whether it's PayPal, Indiegogo, Facebook, Kickstarter, whatever, they all came after this guy, right? Whatever it is, you see, they have one-time payments. You can get a one-time payment here as well. You see, people may not want to join the business, but you may have a cause that they want to help. So you can receive that one-time payment. And unlike all these other systems, which take massive fees, you see, you get 100% of that one-time payment. Then we got auto reentries. When you hear about that in the Mobius loop, Mr. Mobius, and then we got the follow you reentries, and we got one-time bonuses. You see, when you invite somebody, we want to reward you. We want to encourage you. So you got a 2.5% bonus when you invite people. 9 ways to get paid. 6 cooperatives. Now, when you see these numbers that I'm going to show you over the next 6 screens, think of this. They can pay you simultaneously every second of every day. And for the next 6 slides, I'm going to show you 6 cooperatives. But then when we get to the slide after that, I'm going to show you Mr. Mobius. So let's talk about I-5. It means you get started for $5 plus 7%. And if you do your part and your teammates do their part, it means that you can receive $1,097 over and over again. You see, it's not a one-time thing. It's over and over again. $5, $1,097. That's a pretty good return for putting out a nice little effort. And I'm not going to say this on every slide, but you see, when you're on all 6 cooperatives, and because of the fact that we have our own wallet, and because of the fact that we do things through cooperation, it is likely that you will eventually be on all 6 cooperatives. And when you're on all 6 cooperatives, and because of the fact that there is only 1,092 positions in each cooperative, and the same people that are in your I-5 can also be in your I-1000, that 1,092 positions can fill up very, very quickly. And when it does, another one automatically opens up. So you can be receiving that $367,000, not once during 28 days, but several times every 28 days. Now, let's go to the I-20. It's $20, right? And when you complete, you do your part, your teammates do their part, well, you can receive up to $4,386 over and over again every 28 days. I-50, and the I-50 obviously is $50 plus the 7%. Now you're up to $11,000. We got the I-100. Now you're up to $2,200. You see, you can get to all these levels no matter where you start because you get in where you fit in. Now, the first four levels, the sweet spot, that $175 that I talked about, it includes that. And it includes that. You see, that's almost $40,000. Getting started at 175, doing your part, ensuring that your teammates do their part. But that's not it. You see, that's just the beginning. You see, we have an I-500. Now, check it out, right? So that's the I-100. That's the I-500. $110,000, perhaps multiple times every 28 days. And then we have the I-1000. That's $220,000. Get started for $1,000. Have three of your teammates do the same thing. And as they duplicate, it's the same 1,092 positions in your cooperative. And by the way, it might be, let me go the other way. It might, see, each level we pay out, now this is going to blow your mind. You see, again, we're not MLM. We pay out 100% goes back out to you. See, you get 35% on your first level. There, and because it's a cooperative, 3 by 6, it means that you have 6 income levels, 3 on the first level, 729 on the 6th level. If you invite 100 people, well, your first level, your second level, your third level, well, they're going to fill up. And even though you did all the inviting yourself, your teammates are loving it because they are receiving. You see, when you have 3 people on your first level, well, that's 105%. So if it's 105%, well, I guess you're covered for that next level, right? And here's the thing that I read. So 35 plus 10 is 45, 55, 65, 75, and then 25%. That is 100%. And that's what we pay back out to you because the company gets 7%. Is that a lot? No. But you see, I only need to wet my beak. I'm here to help ensure that all of you have a fair, transparent, and equal opportunity to achieve successes that you once only dreamed about. You see, your success is my success. I don't need to have $1 billion or $5 billion. And when this business starts going well, I don't have to, change things around so that I can get more. I'm not a greedy man. I just want my part. And to get my part, I'm willing to do my part. That's why I'm asking you to do it. Now, check this out. You see, it's all the same. This shows you, this chart, which you may not be able to see right now, it shows you what happens on each level. And you can get a simple calculator out and add all these up, and you are going to find that it is 100% factual. And when you join us and you do your part, and people fall in all these levels, it is transparent. And you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure it out because it's right there, right in front of your eyes. And check it out. You see, if somebody invites somebody right here, well, guess what? Well, this person gets contribution. This person, this person, this person, this person, this person. You see, every single time a new person becomes a co-op income member, and every single time a new AA member renews, you see, the system automatically and instantaneously helps up to 6 other causes. 6 friends, you and 5 other friends are going to be compensated, rewarded, because you're doing your part, because you are cooperating. You see, that's not something that you see as a matter of fact, what you are looking at right now, nobody ever done this before. So if you're thinking, well, I've seen that before, let me assure you, you've not. Now let me show you something else. You see, we just showed you the math that can get you $367,329 multiple times every 28 days. Now you might be asking yourself, well, David, you keep saying this multiple times. You keep teasing me with this Mobius loop. Well, this is the Mobius loop. You see, like I said, and let's this out together, all right? Let's hypothetically say that we each invite 3 people in 3 days. Now, this could be 3 days, could be 1 day, could be a week, could be a month, could be never, right? But in this particular case, let's say in 3 days, we did our part and invited 3 friends to become co-op income members. And because we are great leaders, they did the same thing. So on days 1 to 3, well, your first level fills up. On days 4 to 6, well, your second level fills up. On days 7 to 9, well, your third level fills up. You see what I mean? So in 18 simple days, this can fill up. And when it fills up, well, another one starts automatically and instantaneously. And the same people that joined you over here will follow you when their cooperative fills over there. You see, we call that more money, not more work. And you see, that can happen indefinitely. So it could, like, if one of these things fills up once a month, that means at the end of the year, you got 12 of these things going on. And eventually they may all be filled. And if they are all filled, you've got 12 times 6 cooperatives going on at the same time. That is 72 income streams simultaneously, potentially paying you every second of every day. Now, I don't need to do the math for you because we've already shown you, right? This is a lot of money. Now imagine that coming in 12 times every 28 days. Could you live a better life? Well, the only answer to that question is yes, right? The more money you have, the better your life can be, the better the quality of life can be. It's not about greed, it is about need. You see, you need money to have good health. I have several friends that are in great healthcare businesses, but they can't produce the income that they need to generate a sustainable, livable income. So a system like this gives them the opportunity to introduce those people that they care about in that great healthcare company to an opportunity so that they can fund their best life. Doesn't mean they're going to stop taking that supplements. Why would you? They're great. It means that you can get more of those supplements. You can get the best brands of that supplement. You see, money allows you to become more healthy. Money allows you to live more comfortably. Money allows you to get your kids the best education. Money allows your wife to be happy. You know what they say, happy wife, happy life? Well, it's true. Right? So again, money is not about need. I'm not showing you all of these big numbers because I'm trying to impress you. I'm showing you those numbers because that is the way the system is designed. You see, the governments right now, they know that we are losing millions of jobs every single day. They don't have an answer. So they created something called the universal basic income. Well, it's going to still leave you broke. Last March, Elon Musk said that, this universal basic income, well, it sucks, right? We need a universal high income. I was thinking he must be talking about me, right? And then just last week, well, Elon said, well, in 10 to 20 years, we probably won't need have it for jobs anymore. And we may not have a need for money anymore. Again, I thought, he must be talking about me, right? Because this system will make it so you don't need a job anymore. And you see, this system, because it can produce so much money, there is a possibility, a strong possibility, as the world continues to adopt these great systems that I've created, and the world starts using the cooperative universal income system, then this system is going to generate tons and tons of money for you. And other systems that other companies create using the cooperative universal income system will generate money for you. And there may become a time when we have utopia, where there is no more need for money. See, when you have so much of something, well, do you really need more? So that's where we're going to. right? And other people, even smart, and Elon's smart. He is smart. You see, other people are talking about, 10 years, 20 years down the road. Well, I've already got it. You've already got it. So let's use it. Once again, the 3 steps: register and become a co-op income member. Step 2, build by sharing this great system with others. And step 3, bond. Become what we're supposed to be: cooperative individuals with those people that we care most about and the causes that we care most about. And here's your most important consideration. When you're trying to think, well, does this work? Is everything that David is saying facts, or is it just another one of those dreams? Well, let me tell you something. You see, co-op works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time, who complete the 3 simple, doable steps. You see, I can't say it if it wasn't true. Co-op works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time, who complete the 3 simple, doable steps. Now I'm going to ask you a serious question, right? Because now it's up to you. You see, I built the system. I've automated the system. I've made it affordable. I've made it easy for people to understand, and I made it hugely rewarding. But only you make the decision and say, yes, I'm in, right? So think about this while you're trying to ponder and decide what you should do. For as little as $5 and suggesting a few friends follow you is all that may be separating you from waking up all your dreams, earning a sustainable income, and finally living on your terms. Now, let's think about that part together just for a moment, all right? Living life on your terms. You see, when your alarm clock rings, you can get up or not get up. Maybe you won't even set an alarm clock. You see, I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, who have a job, wish you didn't, right? Right now, you're making somebody else's dreams come true instead of your dreams come true. And let me tell you this, if you do have a job, then spend 10% of each day on co-op working for you. And pretty soon you won't need that job anymore. And pretty soon that job won't need you anymore, so you won't have a choice. You see, living life on your terms means exactly that. You determine what you want to do, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, with who you want to do it, and when, right? You get to determine your life. Folks, that is we as humans deserve to have. They say we are the most intelligent species on this planet. I would say it's time we start acting like it. And I told you that. Now, some people think that, well, why is David, paying the start for 10,000 people? Why is David coming up with ideas, right? Well, and trying to help us. Is it not working? Folks, it is working. I just want to help you get to your goals sooner. So we have an early Christmas present for you. If you're already in the I-5, or you're already in the I-5 and the I-20, or you're already in the I-5, the I-20, and the I-50, maybe you're already in all of the levels. We got a gift for you. You can use it for yourself, or you can use it to give somebody else their start. Well, you can use it for yourself to renew. See, if you buy the sweet spot, the 175, right? The 175 gets you an I-5, an I-20, an I-50, and an I-100. If you have it on the I-5, buy the sweet spot, 175. We are going to match your token so that you don't have to pay for your renewal to come out of your co-op dollars. So essentially what you're getting, to, break it right down, you're getting 56 days in co-op to help you to supersize your dreams. We are doing it because we care about you. We are doing it because most people at this point, they don't understand how great this system is. We are doing it because we want to help you with your start. That is why we're doing it, so that When you want to buy a new house, well, you're going to co-op fund it. When you want to travel around the world, well, you're going to co-op fund it. When you want a new car, you're going to co-op fund it. When you want to send your child the best college, you're going to co-op fund it. When you want to do anything at all in your life, you are going to co-op fund it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our presentation. I truly hope that something I said triggered something to help you make the decision to join us. Because I know that co-op works. I want you to find out that co-op works. I want your 2020, I want your rest of 2025 to be better than the first part of your 2025. And I want 2026 to be a year to remember and celebrate. It can be. So I'm David T. Rosen. I hope you found this presentation enlightening. If you haven't registered yet, well, join us. Register and become. If you're already in and you have become, but you don't have your 3 yet, you haven't started building yet, well, use this time to build. And if you have already become and you've already started to build, well, bond so that you complete those 3 simple, doable steps. You see, life is about completion. Become, build, bond. Let's get busy with it, ladies and gentlemen. We still got hours and hours and hours left in this day. Make it productive, and we'll see you again at the next webinar. Good night, everybody.